Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's meditation. If you're new here, my name is Jacqueline, aka Luxem Babe, and today's meditation is going to be focused towards business clarity and attracting money through your business. So, if you have a business and you're feeling confused on your next direction, you're feeling confused on what you need to sell, what you need to post next, and you just feel yourself kind of like swirling around in ambiguity, not really having a clear direction, this meditation is going to be for you. So it's going to be pretty quick. And we do have some crystals supporting us here today. Well, the first one is actually a metal. This is bismuth. And not a lot of people know a lot about bismuth. These pieces are actually melted down, man-made. So the shapes that are created are man-made, obviously. The metal is not. And what it looks like when you look at it is a bunch of little cubic structures. And when I first started working with bismuth, I found an amazing reorganization and clarity come through. So that's why I chose that one. The second one is this beautiful piece of fluorite, cubic fluorite. We can't really get too much of the detail on this camera, unfortunately, but same thing, a bunch of little teeny tiny cubic structures. Fluorite is very clearing, and it's similar to quartz in the sense that it is beneficial for the generation or the receptivity of new ideas. But in my opinion, it's much more purifying than quartz, whereas quartz feels like you're blasted wide open to receive, whereas fluorite feels more like we're cleaning out the room, we're dusting the room, we're sweeping the room out so that new ideas can come in. That's not any sort of official crystal literature. That's just my experience of it. So let's get into it now. You're going to start by finding a comfortable position to either sit or lay down, or maybe you want to stand and move around and do this. I would recommend sitting somewhere where you can kind of shift around, move your hips. And we want to find a place of peace. Find that moment of stillness. Let the thoughts racing through our mind start to dissolve. We're going to use the fluorite to clear it out. Scan through racing thoughts in our mind, just to clear them out like we're just erasing them with a magnet. So we're working with a blank canvas. We're working with our mind being prepared for new ideas. We're connecting to our breath and the rhythms of our body. Just taking a moment here to get present with ourselves. We've been on our phones, we've been on our computer, been interacting with people. Need to come back to ourselves and our own presence within our own bodies. And then what we're starting to notice from this place is those thoughts start to rise again. those thoughts and ideas starting to creep back in. Confusion, ambiguity. Don't know which direction to go. We don't know what to do next. Have analysis paralysis. And this time, we're going to let it all surface up. We're going to feel it and feel how uncomfortable it makes us feel in our bodies. Feel the blockages in our throat. Feel the blockages in our solar plexus. Feel the confusion in our heads. We're just letting it be okay. Knowing that right now, in this very moment, there's actually nothing we need to change. And we're just going to breathe into it in through our nose. Out through your mouth. And again, in through your nose. Out through your mouth. When I count down from 5 to 1, you are going to bring about a new state of being. You're going to enter into a forest with 2 paths. 2 dirt paths in front of you. It can be a rainforest, an evergreen forest. What we want to do is we just want to start visualizing the forest. When I get down to 1, you will be in the forest. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And as you're standing in the forest, looking out through your own eyes, not looking at yourself as a third person, looking out through your own eyes, looking around at the green trees, the smell of the moisture in the forest, the smell of the pine needles and the leaves. Looking up through the treetops, barely seeing that glimpse of blue sky and the sun shining down. It's up there, but it's hard to see through all the trees. We're going to look down at the dirt path that leads to a fork in the road in front of us. So it splits off into 2 different paths. We're contemplating each one. Maybe they start to show up for us as different journeys in our business. Maybe these 2 paths represent 2 products you want to sell. The different actions that you can take. Maybe these are showing up as the 2 intuitive nudges that you've received, but you're not sure which one to do first. Or maybe these 2 paths are showing up as the 2 timelines into the future. One where you don't take any action at all. You stay where you are, you stay in the state of confusion. Maybe on the right-hand side, that's the path where you take action, where you just start walking, where you start doing what you know to do to bring about the clarity, to bring about the structure, the money, the abundance. And anything else that you know you need in your business that is going to move it forward, that is going to move it towards your ultimate goal, your financial goal, your goal to help people, your sales goals. So we're going to take a moment here and allow the paths to reveal themselves. What are the 2 paths? What are the 2 immediate choices that we are able to take at this time? Allow them to reveal themselves. And as we're sitting here contemplating our different paths in a meditative state, yet fully present, fully grounded into the earth below us, we notice that the sun is starting to set. It's time to make a decision on which direction we're going with. And when we notice the sun starting to set, it starts to illuminate one of the paths in front of us. The other one is still in the shadows. And whichever path the sunlight has illuminated, that is the path that we're going to walk down at this time. That is the path we're being guided to. We're letting nature guide us. We're letting the signs from God and the universe and our angels guide us during this time. We've chosen to illuminate the path, one of the paths in front of us. And when I count up to 5, we're going to start walking through that path and seeing all of the little bits of information and all of the little actions that we need to take along this path and along this journey into our business to bring about more clarity so that we can make more sales, make more money, help more people. And finally, we're leaving behind the confusion and ambiguity of sitting here and looking at these 2 paths. We're making a decision. We're taking control of our actions and making a decision towards the right move to make. We recognize at this time that the worst decision we could possibly make is doing nothing at all. So it doesn't really matter what we do. At least we're making forward momentum. At least we're taking that next step forward. And when I get to 5, you're going to start walking that path and seeing all of the information that's being revealed to you on this sacred path for your business. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Start walking on the path. What are the moves you need to make? What are the next actions to take? What products do you want to sell? How do you want the money to show up? How do you want the clients to show up? What do you want to spend your days doing? We're going to let the path, as we walk it for the next couple minutes, reveal all of that information to us. Now we're coming towards the end of the path. We're seeing those final actions to take, the final little bits of clarity or information that we didn't have before we started this journey into the forest. We're saving it, remembering it for later, saving it in our brain so we can come back to it right when we're done with this meditation and start immediately taking action in our business. And as we reach the end of the path, we see a big, giant valley. We're coming out of the forest clearing. The dirt path just kind of ends. We're no longer in the forest. We're in a big green valley with rolling hills. You can see the sky as far as you look, the horizon as far as you look. And we see the sun start to set on the horizon. This space is so much more expansive and big than when we were in the forest. We didn't have the visibility, we didn't have the sight, the foresight, but now we do. We're just enjoying the feeling of this expansive clarity that we have come to. Now we're going to plant our feet firmly into the grass of the valley. Turn back around and thank the forest for the journey. But now we have what we need. And start to come back to our physical bodies, start to come back to this present moment. either by opening your eyes, moving around, moving your hips around, stretching out. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And welcome back. Be sure to grab your journal, grab a notebook, write out any ideas that came through during this time. Even if it's just words, even if it's symbols or pictures, it might not make sense now, but it might make sense later. So just integrate and get everything that came through out onto paper so that you can come back to it later today, tomorrow, or another time when everything will start to click for you. And also make a commitment to yourself at this time that you're going to walk away with one action. You know, the purpose of this was to move out of confusion and ambiguity. The easiest way to do that is by taking that first initiatory step in your life and in your business, and take that first action. And I think you'll be surprised how the clarity will follow. Thanks for joining me again, and I look forward to seeing you soon.